still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go.
Hi guys, I'm Emma.
Hey guys, I'm John, and we're Emma and John, you're welcome.
Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're brand new, then welcome.
Absolutely.
We thought we would wrap up this Norway series with a little discussion about the different ports and kind of like what our favourite things were.
We did, yes. There was 2 new ports, so if you are going on a Disney cruise at some point to Norway, we thought it would be good to talk about them.
Yeah, so if you've not seen the vlog series, it might be worth just heading back, giving those a little casual watch, and then you'll know what we're talking about.
Giving nothing away, but it was amazing.
It was
I loved
so
every
good.
second of it.
Yeah, so we've kind of compromised on a list of like our least favourite to our favourite ports that we stopped at.
Okay.
A couple of these could be swapped round for me.
Okay.
I think we've gone with John's favourites, but I'll let you know when we
Okay.
get there. And then at the very end, we'll tell you like 2 of our favourite things and 2 of our least favourite things about the Disney Magic Cruise to
Yes.
Norway.
Why not?
Okay, so let's start off with, I think this is a joint least favourite of the 4 ports we stopped at.
Okay.
And it's Stavanger.
Yes, it was lovely. It was really nice port to stay at, but it just felt to me like any other European city.
Mm-hmm.
It was lovely, and I mean, I'm not dissing any other European city, but it wasn't special like the other ones.
Yeah.
It's just you can do your shopping, you can get your souvenirs. I think that's why they went there. Just it was the last one that we went to, and everyone wanted to spend the money what they did spend in other ports.
It also is the lowest down
Yeah.
port that we stopped at, and it's not too massively far from Oslo.
No.
Yeah, but like John said, it had like city vibes. There is the older town of Stavanger, but it's not super big, and after you'd seen, I think if we'd have gone there first, I'd have loved it, but because we went there last,
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
so there are some things, we just walked around the town, did some shopping, we went to see the colourful street,
Yes.
which was really pretty.
Yeah, it's just. It could have been Paris. It could have been Germany. It could have been any other European city, and I don't mean that, like I say, in a disrespectful way. It was just, if we had more time, I think I would have liked to go and see the park with all your graffiti on, and that looked really fun.
Yeah.
I think we walked past it, but we were on the way to something and we were doing something else. But on the photos that I've seen and videos, it looked really smart.
Also, just to mention, so that's what we did. We explored the town, we shopped a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually bought this jumper.
You did?
And we got some key rings and things like that.
Yep.
You can go to Pulpit Rock from there. That was a Disney excursion, and also there were lots of places selling these kind of excursions.
Yes.
From just as soon as you get off the ship.
Yes, you could get on a rib boat as well from there, and like a proper yacht. So there's loads of excursions you could have done from there.
And there's also an amusement park not too far away. I was going to say not too nearby, but not too far away.
Yes.
So Stavanger, least favourite, but still a good stop.
Absolutely, definitely worth getting off a ship and walk around. I mean, it was really fun. But we were really spoilt with one of the other ones. So yeah, it was our least favourite. There's nothing against it. It's just our least favourite.
Okay, so in 3rd place, I would put this one in 2nd place.
Okay.
But it's in 3rd because we compromised, and that is Nordfjord.
Oh yeah, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I loved the sail in, the sail in, the sail out, and the scenery was incredible.
Yeah. So there's not an awful. So the main bit for me for this was the sail in.
Yeah.
It was the first like fjord stop, so in land. Well, not in land. In you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the town itself is teeny tiny.
It is tiny. Yes.
It's approximately this big.
Yeah, it is tiny, but so many photo opportunities. Everywhere you look, you want to take a photo. I mean, that's what we done most of the day, just stop and take photos and film and stuff. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so we thought this one was going to be the bigger fjord stop, but it actually turned out to have the least going on. We went to see the Viking ship, which I would recommend. It was good fun to see it.
It was fun. I wished it was original rather than a rebuild. I mean, obviously I'm asking a lot, but it was amazing to see. Yeah, definitely worth doing if you are there.
Yeah.
We planned to play golf, me, Bob and Kaya. Obviously, it was, if you've seen our vlogs, you would have known it was closed and we didn't get to do it, but that would have been amazing if we did do it. So yeah, the scenery was amazing, and it would have been amazing to play golf in that environment.
Yeah.
But like Emma said, there wasn't tons to do apart from being there.
Yeah, so you could go up to a horse centre.
Yeah.
I will just say on this, after reading, so we were in the group on Facebook for our cruise.
Yep.
Some people that went and did this one, they didn't have the best experience. So take that, we didn't do it, so I can't comment on it, but I've read since then. It could have just been a one-off, and it was brand new.
This is one of the new ports, yeah, and I think there's a couple of things they need to iron
like
out.
teething problems, maybe. So
yeah, and I'm sure by the next time they go there, all that will be all sorted.
Yeah, they also had fjord fishing and helicopter rides from there.
And that looked incredible. We've seen the helicopter going around, and yeah, I said in the vlog that looks insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we maybe looked at that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not cheap though.
And at every port, they did kind of like a walk-in history tour.
Yeah.
I would say that would probably not be something I would want to do, but
I mean,
we're quite happy to kind of learn the history of the town ourselves.
I like to take our time,
Yeah.
see your stuff ourselves, and take more photos and not rush along. But it might not be like that with Disney. We only basing that on a different cruise line that we've seen. So I don't know, maybe worth a go one day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did have a shopping centre,
They
like a small mall, if you will.
Yes.
It was small, but it was. They had some clothes shops. They had a sports shop, and you also could rent like bikes and like electric bikes and little car things.
That looks
which
fun.
would be something I would want to do if we went there again.
Yeah, I mean, we only noticed it as we get onto your ship.
Yeah.
I think if we had sort of seen it earlier, then we might have done that because that looked a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I think next time I would either rent. I wouldn't want to do the Viking ship again because I've seen it, but I would recommend if it's the first time, go and see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can also do kayaking from there, but I would get an electric bike or one of the little cars and maybe just go a little ways and see out of town a little bit.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, number 2. So it would be my number 3. But
Okay.
I think for me, 2 and 3 could be interchangeable. But
Okay.
it's our very first stop, and that was Ålesund.
Yes. And as soon as we got there, I went, wow, this is amazing. It can't get better than this. And that says a lot about our number 1 because I was well happy. It was amazing. Great sailing. And we kayaked, what was insane. Really, really good. Really, really enjoyed that. Definitely worth doing. You went up to some mountain.
Yeah, so it was the Askla viewpoint. As you come into the port, this is any cruise ship, not just the Disney one. As you come into the port, you'll see it. It's the only viewpoint in Ålesund. It's got like a little cafe up there it was closed when we went, but a lot of things seemed to be closed when we went. But yeah, me and Bob got a little land train, but there are some steps going up if you're feeling energetic. There's
It's
a lot
not
of
that bad,
stuff.
about 40 minutes I reckon.
It would have taken me a good hour and a half. But yeah, we went on the little train, learnt a little bit about the history, which actually I wouldn't have known those things if I didn't get on the train.
No.
And it wasn't super expensive to do the train either. It was
Not
like
at all.
maybe £20, which I suppose might be a bit expensive. I don't know, but it didn't feel expensive.
No, I mean, we done, like I said, I've done a kayak and we learnt the same history on the kayaks than you did on the train. It was amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. There was places to shop, there was places to get other excursions from, other boats. There's a lot going on and we thought this is amazing.
Yeah, so they also, just let me quick mention what the other things are that you can do there. There's a Viking village, which I would have liked to have seen actually, but
yes, that'd be cool.
I think that was fairly expentive to go and see. A troll trail, and then Sunmo Village. I'm not sure what that is, but I've written it down, so it must be good.
Okay.
You're going there, have a little look. There's also like an aquarium.
Yeah.
One of the things I really like best about Ålesund, I like the viewpoint and I like learning the history, but I really liked like being by the water, by the it's river, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like a loop because it's all islands joined together by little bridges
Yeah.
and tunnels. So there was this where they kayaked from. All the houses to one side are all like pink and yellow and blue, and it just looked like a postcard everywhere you looked.
Yeah, it was absolutely stunning. We've done a drone video of this, so if you do want to see what it looked like, go and check out.
I think
the
it's
drone
called
video.
like Norway by drone or
It's
something like
absolutely stunning.
that. Yeah, it was really pretty. And also they've got lots of bakeries to go and try all the things. They also had like H&M and like makeup shops. So it's got, this one has a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
Something for everyone.
Absolutely. They had a scenery, they got the shops, they got excursions. Yeah, I think you're right, they got something for everyone.
Yeah.
and I was well happy with that. You know, and I thought it couldn't get any better in this.
Yeah.
And like I said, he was saying that feels a lot about our number one.
Yeah, so let's move on to our number one then.
Okay.
I wonder if you can guess what this is. Another new port, and it
Yes.
also is the one that I was least looking forward to.
And me too, actually. Yeah.
Because it looks on the map that it's, when you like look at things to do, which is what we always do before we go anywhere, like
Yeah.
things to do, there was like 3 things and they were all not things we wanted to
Yeah.
do. Nothing looked like it was accessible from the town, so we were like, okay, well, we'll just get off the boat, have a little wander around
Yeah,
the tiny
get back
town,
on.
get back on, you know. So we pulled up in Eidfjord,
Yep.
which is our number one. I don't think we even got off the boat right away. We went for lunch at Rapunzel's that
We
day.
did, yes.
Because we just didn't think there was going to be anything there.
No.
So we got off the boat. It's also a great place to take pictures of the ship. All of these
Really
ports
good.
are.
Yeah.
So we got off the boat and we were having a look again. They had a little troll train like they did in Ålesund. So me and Bob had really enjoyed that. So we were like, well, maybe we'll do the troll train because these guys went kayaking
Yep.
instead of doing that. And then when we went to book the tickets, Bob was like, they've got a coach going up to the waterfall, like right now.
Yeah.
Do we want to do it? So we
Yes,
were
we
like,
did.
yeah, okay. So we got on this coach and it went to, I'll leave the name of it. I can't remember what it's called. It's got lots of dots over O's. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we got on the coach, and it was 20 minutes on the coach.
Yeah.
We pulled up at the waterfall, and it was absolutely stunning.
It really was. The port and the waterfall, everywhere it was just absolutely beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Like I said, we took photos galore. Every 5 minutes we were taking hundreds of photos. Yeah, absolutely insane. It was my favourite place. It really was. Just the scenery was breathtaking.
Yeah.
The waterfall was amazing.
Yeah, there was actually so yeah, we went up there, we had like 45 minutes up there.
Yeah.
They had a tea room, like a little cafe
Yeah.
if you wanted. With the ticket that we got, I'm not sure if it was the same for all tickets, but you got a free cup of tea.
You did.
We didn't use that though. One thing to note is I think the toilets were quite expensive up there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were like £2 is in Norwegian money.
Okay.
Which is expensive for a wee.
The only criticism I got for that is I wish I had more time there. Because
Yeah.
it felt very quick. It was amazing, but I went down to the bottom of the waterfall, or near to the bottom of the waterfall, went all the way down. And then I had to rush all the way back up before I didn't miss the coach back.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time just walking around there, taking like all the photos, and then had a coffee. Because I didn't have a coffee because I was
We were rushing.
afraid to miss a coach.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think it's hard to get that right because some people just go, oh, that's alright, and then they're ready to go. Some people would want to more explore.
But they do run that all day, so if we'd have got off the boat and got on the coach as soon as we got there, there might have been the option to get a later coach back.
Maybe.
So maybe then you could have had more
maybe
time.
I'm honest, yeah.
Yeah, but so we did that, and then when we were looking into things to do in Eidfjord, I'd noticed there was this swing that
Oh yeah, that's fun.
It looks better online. I'm going to say that right now. I mean,
It was fun,
I
though.
love the pictures we've got from it. They're a lot
We'll
of fun.
insert them, yeah.
But on obviously on Instagram, and it's like a expectations versus reality kind of thing. It's a swing on the end of the grass.
Yeah.
I thought it was in a park for a start, and then you swing and you can get the mountains and the fjords in the back.
But the ship is right there as well, so you've got a great view of the ship.
Yeah.
And you can say all these ports are really good, but I think this port was especially good to see a ship because it had all the fords in the background. It was amazing.
Yeah, but there actually was a ton to do there. So we also could have got is it the RBI or RIB, the little speedboat things. They go up to a different waterfall on that one, I believe. We were going to do that, but then this is just you do that if you want to, but the boat sails in through the fjords.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything better than that.
You might see it more closely. They might stop.
I think some of them maybe see goats on the side.
Yeah, would be amazing.
Yeah, would be cool.
And I think you can get more up close to them.
But for the price, if you're trying to do it, not on a budget because it's not a budget trip, but if you're trying to do it and not spend tons on excursions and you want to see the town and you're deciding whether to do it, I think you already see.
It's really, really hard because these excursions are amazing. You know, they really are. They're excursions for a reason. Disney's picked them for a reason. You know, the Viking village would have been amazing. It all going to be insane. But I like to see the port as well.
Yeah.
And if I'd done the Viking sort of village or something else, I wouldn't have seen the port because I couldn't have said I went to Iford or Iceland or anywhere like it. And I like to say, well, I went to them and actually seen that.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really hard to do what you want in the time you have.
Yeah. They also had the troll train that we were going to go on originally. I think
Yeah.
it goes up a little bit into like the wildlife, I guess.
Yeah.
And comes back down. The spoiler, no trolls.
It was.
Was there?
Yes.
Oh, there were trolls, but not real life ones. There was a helicopter circling around the fjord.
Yeah.
That didn't look like a very long helicopter ride.
No, it didn't.
But it did look cool.
It did look a lot of fun, and I wish we had a look at prices for that.
That
'cause
would have been
looked amazing.
expensive.
Yeah.
And then also we saw people kayaking. So most of the ports had kayaking as an option. I think maybe the sea is just really calm there.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't kayaked since I was 12 when I was a scout until this trip, and I think I've got a new love for it. I think I'll definitely do it again. And like Emma said, all the places we went to, it just looked amazing. When we done it in Anderson was amazing, but also in Iford was
They were
insane.
like kayaking around our ship.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool. And obviously there's other things to do there. There's like little shops and museums everywhere at a museum. So if you're a museum person, I'm a museum person. But when you're in a group, you kind of have to compromise, and that's totally fine.
I mean, it's just trying to find
time
to do everything, you know.
Yeah.
And you had plenty of time, but we just found that we just was happy to sit and
wonder and
enjoy the scenery and look at your ship. And honestly, I keep on saying it, but we did take about 100 photos of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, with a Ford and a ship in the background. It was amazing, and we were just happy to sit there, have a drink, and just soak it all in because it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, so we're each gonna pick 2 favourite things and 2 least favourite things about the cruise as a whole.
Okay.
Because we've not really talked about the ship in this video, but we've talked about the ship before.
Yeah.
So you can go first. One of your favourite things.
One of my favourite things, it's got to be the cast members. The cast members are amazing. You know, the servant staff, the what's he called, the cabin guy. He's awesome. Yeah, all the cast members are just amazing. I think that's what Disney and Disney Cruise Line do so well. They're so interested in you, or they seem to be interested in what you've done, and they want to talk to you, they want to get to know you. Our service staff was amazing. The best I've ever had, the customer service wise, and this is what makes, in my opinion, Disney Cruise Line stands out.
Yeah.
And that's why it's worth the extra bit of money, I think.
Yeah. Also, for this cruise, I know I'm going off on a tangent, because Eidfjord and Nordfjordier were new ports, while we were up watching the sailing, a lot of cast members were like coming up and taking pictures and taking selfies.
Yeah.
Like they were in uniform, and some of them had mop buckets, some of them were like carrying towels, and like they've just gone, oh my god, I have to see this.
Yeah,
so,
it was amazing. I love that, and we said on when we was there, you know, I would have said, miss my room.
Don't clean my room. Go and have an hour.
Go and enjoy it. Yeah.
But I don't know.
They
That's
work
what we
really,
saw.
really hard.
Yeah.
And it was lovely to see that they enjoying it as much as we were.
Yeah. Okay, so one of my favourite things was something that we did not expect at all. Well, we kind of were hoping and we had our fingers crossed, but it was one of those things like that we didn't think we would get to see it, and we got to see the Northern Lights.
We did. That was amazing.
It was everything just lined up perfectly for us to be able to see it, because normally our highest point was Ålesund, and normally that's too low down to really see it.
Yeah.
Maybe you would see like it through a camera or whatever, but so we didn't think we would get to see it, but all the run up to the trip I was like, I really hope we see it.
Yeah.
And then it just happened that there was a solar flare with the sun, not to bore anyone, but the sun did a solar flare, and it meant like the Northern Lights were stronger, so people were seeing them in like Scotland and things like that just before we went, and I was like, oh my god, we might get to see it. And then the first day we were on the ship, we were in the Northern Sea, we didn't see it, and then the Ålesund day, some other people saw it, and we were like,
yeah.
I was
before
fuming.
You missed it. Yeah.
I was so annoyed with myself. I was like, I'm gonna go
we checked
home.
before we went to bed, and it was really, really cloudy, so there's no way we're going to see it today.
Yeah, and I was really annoyed with myself because I thought, well, that's it now, we're going lower down.
Yeah.
So we've got no chance of seeing it, and I was checking my phone all day at like the percentages, and then we decided that night, to stay up to try and see him, and we saw him at 2 a.m. We
did.
were all so tired, but honestly, we could see him about 11 through our phones.
It's weird they can see it through your phone but not with your eye.
It must pick up the colours or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could see it through our phones, and like it was cool through your phone. But then at 2 a.m. we went and checked because Kaya was doing Northern Lights watch.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we went up to the top and you could see it with your own eyeballs, and now I feel like I've really seen it.
It was a bucket list item for me. That it was amazing.
Yeah, so that has to be my number one thing.
I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, awesome.
Do you have another favourite thing then?
Just the location, just Norway. You know, I really have a taste now. I mean, like I said, the furthest we went up was Alisund, and that was amazing. I just got a taste. I just want to go further up now.
Well, further up there's like polar bears.
Yeah.
So we were looking, as soon as we got back, I was having a look, and there is a P&O cruise that goes all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So
I just
maybe there's a P&O cruise in our future.
Maybe. The scenery was amazing.
Yeah.
With the Disney, you know, you sort of bit to it as well. And Disney Cruise Line, they do it so well. You had the scenery and that, and it just combined lovely together. Like I said, I just got a taste of Norway. It was amazing.
Okay, so my second favourite then. I want to say Eidfjord as a whole, but I think the waterfall felt most magical to me.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I'm a little bit scared of heights. Well, quite a bit scared of heights.
Yeah.
Like I always try and like, okay, well I'm scared of it, but if I don't do it, I'm gonna hate myself.
Yeah.
So I properly ploughed through.
You've done well though, because at one point when we first got that, you didn't get close to the edge.
No.
You know, obviously there's a bar, you couldn't fall over, but you stood back a bit.
Yeah, and you can still see it.
Yeah,
back.
what's amazing.
So I was
still.
like, okay, but then.
And then you got brave and got closer and closer.
It's all bridges all around the. Is there a cliff? If it's a fjord, all around the edge of the rock face, it's like a bridge, which is my worst nightmare because I'm scared of heights and bridges. So so I was like, really like timidly walking around, but then I just think I'm not gonna see it again, and I can be scared and still do it. So I pushed through and I did it, but so I think it might be a mixture of like getting through that fear of the height and also like seeing the waterfall in real life.
Absolutely, because the waterfall, she went into a stream and the white water from the stream was just amazing to see. The power of the water was just insane. Absolutely gorgeous. Like you were saying, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. Everywhere you went, this was gorgeous, and you just had to go and see it. You know, I was well happy just to stand there or to sit there and just look at the scenery.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally like that, but it was just breathtaking.
I love to just sit and watch, and I could sit there for days.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done this the wrong way round, really. We should have done our negatives and then our positives.
Well, it wasn't really negative for me.
Okay,
you know, there's a couple of things.
Yeah,
there's a couple of things that could have been slightly better, but I'm really nitpicking.
Okay.
You know, you're really nothing really when you think about them.
Well,
okay. So for me, I don't like quizzes or trivia, and on sea days, I find there's too much of that, and I think they could do different things as well as that, so you can pick other things to do if you didn't like quizzes. But that's nitpicking. You know, I can get past that. And I said that on a staycation, to be fair, it was exactly the same. It's really nitpicking, and it really didn't matter.
Okay.
But if I was Disney CEO in charge of Disney Cruise Line, they have so many other opportunities they could do. You know, go and show us where they make all the incredible food. Show us how they make loads of cocktails at once. You know, put a tour on to see the bridge if that's possible. I'd love that. I mean, we done the tour, you know, about like storytelling of a ship was amazing, but more of that for me would be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I think we said, and I'm going to also pick that as my, I wasn't going to, but I think you're totally right. I think when we were on the staycation, we said that the entertainment felt, obviously it's to include everyone, which is great, but I think you can do that without dumbing it down. And I think that's how it feels. A lot of like, not that the trivia isn't hard, because it is.
It really is.
But it's all trivia all the time.
Yeah.
And like they had some like origami and some towel folding, which would be great, but it was on at the times. It was either on super duper early in the morning and then not on again all day.
No, I mean the tower folding, I wish I'd done that, but I think, like you said, I think it was like at a show or dinner, and you know, it went once and then it went on again.
I think this is totally us on the Disney Cruise Line
Yeah.
problem though, because I wouldn't say that we've only been on Disney Cruise Line and P&O. I wouldn't say P&O had more entertainment. I would just say it was aimed at a totally different audience. So then we were picking things that were maybe too old for us, and we were like, okay, well, I don't want to do that because it's too old.
You know, it's not something big enough for me to not do it again.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just a bit of imagination. We said when we were there.
I would have loved to have learned more about Norway.
Why didn't have someone come on now and talk about Norway or talk about the ports and
teach you some Norwegian, or talk about the different food that they eat in Norway, because really you're going to a place that's totally new and you don't know about it at all. I also have been watching some Alaskan vlogs from the Alaskan cruise, and it seems like when they were up seeing the glacier on the boat, the captain was telling them lots of facts and stuff about the glacier.
Okay.
That's all it needs.
That would have been amazing. Yeah, that would have been amazing. It's not big enough to make a big deal of it. It's just one of them things that some people
I'm
love
just making him pick two things.
It's just not, exactly. If I had to really criticise, that'd be one of them. That's
okay, and what's your second one?
Again, it's nitpicking, but I'm British and I kind of like having a kettle in the room and have a cup of tea in the morning. Okay. It's such a tiny thing, it doesn't matter. You could go and get a coffee at Top Deck, it's absolutely fine. But I kind of like having a cup of tea when I get up in the morning, have a kettle in the room, make a cup of tea and go out on the balcony before you go anywhere, you know. I just getting a cup of, make a cup of tea and half ready and before you have a shave or shower and just drinking that while you taking in the scenery of the balcony. Because we didn't have any of that, and if you wanted a hot drink, you could get it either on room service or on Top Deck, but the room service coffee was Joffrey's, and I don't like Joffrey's. So again, it's nitpicking.
Yeah.
But that's one of my. If I had to pick, it would have been slightly better if we had a kettle.
Okay.
Yours?
So this one, we were going to do a video rating our favourite restaurants and stuff, which we're not going to do now. Mine was still Rapunzel's, in case you're interested. Same as, I think...
Mine changed.
Yeah, I think mine was Rapunzel's on the staycation. I found Lumiere's this time really, really loud.
Yeah.
I want to change my mind. Can I change my mind?
Go on.
My thing is, actually, they didn't wake you up for the Northern Lights.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so forget the Lumiere's, that was fine. It was noisy, but it's fine. But the first night we'd have seen they didn't, even when you're awake, like the first night people left a show to go and see it.
Yeah.
Somebody came into a show and said, I've seen the Northern Lights. Everybody left.
Yeah.
The people that were, the cast members that were there doing it and coming in and out and whatnot, they didn't even say anything.
No, I mean, we mentioned it like on the show, the cruise director.
That we might
see him, but it would have been good to have like a channel announcement happening now.
Yeah.
But I guess in Disney's defence, there's a lot of small children on board maybe, and you're not waking them up, but
But they could do it in the public area.
They could have done it. I mean, they definitely could have done it because you can pick to hear certain things in your room.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a way they could have done it.
Or even if just the cast members, they've all got the walkie-talkie
Yeah.
things. Even if just they had cast members go to like the main public areas and like a pass it on situation. At least then you'd have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I imagine there were people on that cruise kept hearing people saw the Northern Lights and didn't get to see it because they didn't know.
Yeah, I'd be so upset. I mean, other cruise lines do announce it. They do come in on your room and announce it. And the only explanation is that you don't want to, wake kids up, I guess. And that's good, I suppose. But it should be a...
I would agree with that, except for the first time people saw it, it was at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And they were in a show.
Yeah.
And,
I think there should be a way to opt in if you want to hear it and opt out if you don't.
Yeah.
Because then it keeps everyone happy.
Yeah.
And we know they can do that because you got texts from, from the captain.
And not just for us, because we're happy to wait up till 2 a.m. to see if we can see it. But like the next day when we were talking about seeing them in one of the bars, there were cast members that didn't even know.
Yeah.
They didn't even know that it was an option to see it. And I just think, it's a once in a lifetime kind of, you might never see that again.
No.
Because the Northern Lights kind of dip and flow.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been nice in the cake. They could have done that. Like I say, in Disney's defence, it was obviously to do with waking children up and that. And that's what you would expect from Disney, I suppose. They keeping everyone.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to wake up. You just got your kid to sleep, and you don't want to wake him up. It'd be annoying. So yeah, there must be a way they can keep everyone happy.
Yeah, I just think as well. Some people,
criticism.
Yeah, the time that they were there in Ollesund at the earlier time, we would have been in dinner.
Yeah.
So we weren't near windows, but it wouldn't have taken a minute for a cast member to tell the guy that, what is he called? The guy that looks after all the tables.
Oh, the server.
Not the, like...
Oh, the maitre d', is it?
Yeah, he could tell him and he could pass it on.
Yeah.
And then they could pass it on, and then you could just leave and have a look, but
yeah.
I guess they don't
I think they would have done that. If they knew what was going on, they would do it, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the captain could see it. And not
yeah, well, you always have to
tell anyone. Yeah.
No, I think, yeah, you're right. I think that was slightly disappointing, but we got to see it, and if you want to see it, you make sure you see it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that could have been just tweaked a bit.
Yeah. So, but Lumiere is also amazing. Okay. We've been chattering on.
But honestly, in general, it was amazing, and the things that we just said, you know, bit of criticism or bit of things that we didn't love, it's just a small part of an amazing trip.
Yeah, I just wanted to add like a contrast. That's all. But yeah, we've been blabbering on for a while now, so thank you so much for watching. Let us know down in the comments if you've been on a Disney cruise and what your 2 favourite and 2 least favourite things were about it. I'd love to know if it's the same for all the cruises.
Absolutely.
We hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.